Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Elon Garage. This is a miner that recently launched that has currently 67 BNB in their contract. Obviously, this pales in comparison to baked beans or other BNB miners that are out there in the space. So I wanted to take the time today to talk a little bit about Elon's Garage and also talk about the current narrative as it surrounds um, miners in general and everybody's kind of opinions and things that I'm hearing in the space or in DeFi in general, right? So that is what we're going to be talking about today. But before we go ahead and jump into today's video, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel here. And if you haven't done so already, you're going to want to make sure that you hit the notification bell because all the content that I post here on the channel is very time sensitive, meaning the sooner that you're able to be notified when I release new content, the better in terms of potential opportunities that you could take advantage of. Also, first link in the description to the premium Discord server. That is where we host all of our whitelist spot giveaways. Lots and lots of cool stuff going on within the premium group. If you want to check that out, you can view that first link in the description and view all the laundry list of benefits that you could potentially take advantage of if you choose to sign up. That being said, let's go ahead and hop into Elon Garage. As you can see here in the contract, there's 67.1 BNB. If we actually take a look at the contract over on BSC scan, you can see that's about 26, almost $27,000 worth of BNB actively locked up into the smart contract. If we take a look at this analytics tab and you can click on BNB balance, you can see what it looks like since it had launched. It did launch just a few days ago. Looks like on the 30th of April, and not too much fluctuation, given that it's only been a couple days since the protocol has actually launched. They do have a couple pieces of information here on their website. Obviously, the things that are important, right? Up to 9% daily returns. As we all know by now, this number fluctuates greatly depending on the overall, health of the protocol. Obviously, once these protocols get to a point where there is more, in this case, there is more BNB leaving the contract on a daily basis than that is of entering the contract, then that is going to affect the daily returns. Also, how you choose to interact with the compound or how you choose to interact with the contract personally based on your compound frequency or how frequently you're choosing to withdraw. That being said, let's go ahead and check out their roadmap here. So, much like a lot of these miners, Wizardly included, you know, they have some other things that they're hoping to do outside of the miner that could potentially impact the lifespan and overall health of the miner, right? And I think that this is important to think about. Um, you know, if it, I mean, it should be clear by now that these miners are kind of like a zero sum game. So, meaning the people that get in later, aren't going to do as well as people that first jump into these types of protocols. So, when we talk about the teams having a roadmap and having things that are going to, add TVL to the contract from an external source, that doesn't necessarily rely on new people coming into the contract. I think that that's important to highlight, right? So phase one, their DAPP development, social creation, stealth launch, token launch announcement, organic growth, Elon's garage audit by InterFi. So I imagine a lot of this stuff has already been taken care of since they have already launched. And then moving into phase two, they're looking to launch a native token, as well as some banner ads, their white paper, DAPP and website launch dashboard for token rewards, social media influencer reach, Discord, another language, Telegram group creation, token audit, and a merch store. Moving into phase three, they hope to have or acquire a Certic audit, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap listing, advanced marketing development, media release, Tesla finance feature launch, and introducing crypto loans. And then moving into phase four, they are hoping to release the Tesla swap, central exchange listing, Binance listing, and more to be updated. Obviously, like a lot of these goals, at least in the phase 4, are pretty lofty. Like getting listed on a central or centralized exchange is definitely a lofty goal, because not by no means is that easy to do. That being said, that is something that is on their roadmap. They do have some FAQs. A lot of this stuff is going to be stuff that we already know about a lot of these BNB miners or just miners in general. But moving over to the DAPP here, you can buy Teslas, which is the, I guess, what you would consider beans, or yeah. So you have your Teslas here that you can buy with your BNB. You just deposit your BNB into here, and then you can drive your Tesla, which is considered compounding. And then you can also be able to sell those rewards, depending on how you choose to go about it, or sell everything. Now, one important thing to note here is that you can choose how much you want to sell, right? If you wanted to sell everything, then you could hit this sell everything button. But you can also choose how many Teslas you actually wish to sell or compound or whatever that may look like for you. So that is an additional feature. Obviously, they have referral structures as well. 12.5% of Teslas deposited from anyone who uses their referral link. And this kind of brings me to my next point. And I wanted to kind of address some things as they pertain to these miners and like these referral rewards. If you've noticed, for myself personally, I haven't been leaving referral links in the description of my videos anymore, just because I don't want there to be any accusations or anything like that. Well, I guess even if you look at the current narrative around baked beans, you have some YouTubers that are going in and making videos and pulling out like 82 BNB, which, I can see or understand how that's perceived negatively in the community. So just for the sake of transparency, I'm choosing not to put my referral link in the description of my videos anymore. But by all means, you can come to elongarage.io. I will leave the link just to the miner down below if you wanted to be able to check it out. Completely up to you. As we all know, these are very high risk, high reward protocols. I think over the last few weeks, people are starting to understand how these things function, how they work, some of the metrics behind them, a little bit more in depth on how the contracts function. And I really think that it's important that everybody knows the inherent risk involved. For me, any money that I'm putting into these miners, I'm fully okay with losing. So that is just my take on the situation. But just know that it is important that you're doing your own research and making sure that you understand how each and every one of these protocols function. It's also important to be able to read through an audit. But here's the catch, essentially, right? Is that a lot of these auditing companies are essentially just paid to perform a service. And a lot of the times you're going to see a lot of these auditing companies just give the green light on a lot of these contracts that really, when they're, I would say, broken down, or really investigated deeply by developers that really know what they're doing. These types of contracts typically, find exploits and things like that. So it's kind of scary to think that that auditing companies are really not doing as good of a job as they should be, but rather delivering a PDF that says that you have the stamp of their approval, when we don't really know the skill base around the actual people that are checking these smart contracts. So that's also important to know. And just because it's audited doesn't make it safe. By all means, we've seen that a couple times over the past couple weeks with a couple of these miners that were audited, but really there was some buggy code written into the smart contract. So just something to be aware of. I'm going to end the video here. Let me know what you guys think about miners in general down below in the comment section. I'd also like to see what you guys think about auditing companies and the responsibility that they have for the payment that they're taking. I think it's important to have some type of conversation around that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and we will catch you on the next one.